Hello, my name is Soleei reporting from Fall River, Massachusetts. This report is very special to me as I am no stranger to the performing arts and activism. Art has influenced the entire world culturally and speaks on lots of unspoken topics, which is what makes them so interdisciplinary. As a performer for 12 years, the impact that the arts have made on modern society has been great, especially on topics such as racial and social justice.
The arts have greatly impacted my life, both personally and culturally. I have been playing the violin for around 9 years and the guzheng for around 3. I think a lot of people don't want to feed into stereotypes, but in my opinion, I think we should just do whatever makes us happy.
Art has impacted my life and shaped me to be the person I am today. I feel like art has impacted these movements to this day, as through art, we are able to create a new outlet where we can rediscover ourselves.
The arts have always had a really big impact on my life. Music and singing and instruments and theater have always had a big impact on my life.
Racial injustice means everything to me. We're tired of it. I can't go a day without picking up my guitar.
In the world, without art, we'd still be within that restricted stereotype of what men should act like, what women should act like.
Art has greatly impacted these movements and have helped us express and spread messages to others.
As we rap about drugs, we rap about gang violence.
The arts has a huge impact on justice in this country and a big impact on how people see minorities.
Next, I will be interviewing a very important figure of the activist and art community. Derek also became the founder of a small nonprofit called Artist for Activism and will be giving insight on what his journey has been, as well as his vision of the arts in activism. Elaborate on your activist involvement throughout your art career.
I moved to California about 4 or 5 years ago, maybe, and it wasn't until I moved out here that I realized that activism was such a big part of my heart. Most of the productions that I had been in had something to do with activism, whether it was me playing an activist or playing a historical Black figure or playing somebody where the role was not written for a man of color. I feel like my voice is best heard in the world of arts and entertainment. The way that I infuse activism into my art is I'm very selective about the projects I choose. If it's not moving a group or a community of people forward, you can count me out. It was 4 years ago that I started, but it's called Art Provoking Activism, APA. And it's a community of artists and activists who get together to figure out how can we match our love for art and our love for activism in a creative way. So I think about maybe 3 years ago, I created a video called Your Memory Matters, which you can look it up on YouTube. But it was a spoken word piece that I wrote for Trayvon Martin. And the way that it's set up is it looks like I'm performing in front of an audience. But then at the end of the video, you'll see that each seat that I'm performing in front of has a reserved sign. And the names that they're reserved for are people of color who have been taken by police brutality or racial or social injustice.
How do you believe art can influence the world of social and racial justice?
I think too often we just sit and we wait for something to change when we have the absolute ability to be the change. Artists, we are the ones who shift culture. We are the ones that change people's perspectives. What's the message in your music that you are putting forth? It's not about how art can progress and how art can evolve and how art can change. It's about how we as the artists take the initiative and mold it into what we want to see.
When my black is bleeding red in the custody of your white,